Just moments ago, and here come the Buckeyes from Columbus, looking for a little revenge after what happened last year here in the stadium against the Gamecocks of South Carolina. And speaking of the Gamecocks, here comes Lou's crew. Lou Holtz, third season at South Carolina. Went over the year before, and last year really turned it around. Jim Tressel, first season as the head man at Ohio State University. His career, almost 70% winning percentage. So we will take a break. When we come back, the opening kickoff of the Outback Bowl. Welcome back to Tampa. Happy New Year, everyone. The year 2002 off with a beautiful, beautiful look here in Tampa, Florida for this year's Outback Bowl. The matchups, well, we could have left the graphic virtually the same. Same two teams that met here last year. Ohio State, number 23, against the Gamecocks of South Carolina, the number 14 ranked team in America. Part of the pregame show still going on. The parachutists have come into the stadium. First, the American flag coming in. Then the flags of Ohio State and South Carolina. And here comes the flag to make it official for the Outback Bowl for the year 2002. Hello, everybody. Ron Frank on the line with Mike Godfrey. We trust that you have had a good New Year's Eve, are up and ready to enjoy some good football today, because I think we're going to have an entertaining show right here. Last year, same two teams. And, Mike, who does it give an edge to when you come back and play each other again the next year?
Well, I think, Ron, both these teams are coming in on highs. South Carolina beat their rival Clemson. Ohio State beat their rival Michigan. But I think the advantage has to go to Ohio State, because all their players all week have talked redemption, revenge. So let's see what happens on the field.
Last year on the field, Derek Watson, the excellent tailback for South Carolina, suspended. He didn't play. Young guy by the name of Ryan Brewer, who hails from the state of Ohio, had an absolutely unbelievable afternoon. It was storybook. But it sets up a good thing for this year, because Watson is off the suspension list.
Ron, this is going to be a game of whoever runs the football the best wins this football game. Derek Watson's an outstanding running back, running for an average of 94 yards per game. On the other side, Jonathan Wells. We've had him 2 times, Minnesota and Northwestern. He's a hot running back, 143 yards rushing. He's averaging. So the team that runs the ball the best wins this football game.
Well, the Steve Belisari situation has been well documented. He was suspended for DUI, had his captainship taken away, and he has been reinstated by his head coach today. And we are going to see him. We don't know if he's going to play quarterback, wide receiver, safety. We know we're going to see him in a reserve role and also playing special teams. Craig Krenzel is the man who started in Michigan. They talk about a storybook afternoon. He's getting his second start here today. Talk about that situation, Mike.
Well, he won the biggest game of the year, the Michigan game. So he's 1-0. But I expect to see Steve Belisari at the quarterback position or on the field in the first or second series. As early as that, I think it's a great decision by Jim Tressel and the coaching staff to give him another chance.
Couldn't agree more. Let's go back and look at the summary from last year's ball game in 2001. South Carolina won it handily, 24-7. The rushing yardage in the ball game, that was the difference. And look at Brewer, 214 all-purpose yards. A young fella, as I said, who hails from the state of Ohio, but he was passed over as far as recruiting by the Buckeyes, so he had the incentive last year. Just an absolutely gorgeous day as we look at the weather conditions here in Tampa. This is what we can expect. It's 52 degrees now. Humidity 61%. Clear skies. Wind is not really a factor. Not expecting rain. And the situation down on the field with the coin toss. South Carolina won the toss and they defer. So we will get an offensive look at Ohio State to begin this New Year's Day in Tampa, Florida. Adrian Karsten, the third man always on our team. Happy New Year, big fella.
Happy New Year to all of our college football fans, Ron, and to you as well. There is probably no other football player on this Ohio State Buckeye football squad that represents how far this football team has come in the last 365 days. Joe Cooper, rare, second-time team captain, voted most inspirational player of this team, and for good reason. It was he, coming off this field a year ago today, who made this same bowl the goal of the Buckeye football team. With all the problems they had, it was Joe Cooper who stepped up and intends to step up today, from what Jim Tressel tells me, and be the leader once again.
Talk about storybook finishes. Craig Krenzel, only his second start here. He goes to the big house and wins the biggest game, a game that Ohio State had a lot of trouble in capturing over the last decade. He's got Jonathan Wells behind him and big Jamar Martin. Jenkins and Vance, the wide receivers, and Darnell Sanders is the tight end. Here is the group up front. Jacobs, he's got Stepanovich and Bishop flanking him. Adrian Clark on the left side. And Tyson Walter has had to go out to that right tackle spot because Shane Olivia, the sophomore out of Cedarhurst, New York, broke a bone in his ankle against Michigan.
They'll be challenged by Langston Moore against Mike Jacobs. Be a good matchup all day for South Carolina.
Bentley looking on the sideline, and you know that he's heartbroken. Last time around, senior All-American and unable to start. Tries to string it out, and Wells going to be bumped out of bounds on the near sideline at around the 35, and it'll be third down. They'll need about 4 for the first. The stop. He is the youngster from Conway, South Carolina, still feeling his way, but has terrific speed. What about the defensive backs?
It's a good tackling secondary, and it's 2 corners. Sheldon Brown, Andre Goodman is 2 of the best in the SEC.
For Ohio State, do we see Krenzel put the ball up for the first time of the afternoon? Yep, gonna try. Rolls outside the pocket. Now he's gonna run for the first down. Kenneth Harney forces him out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and the sticks will move. Blitz coming off the corner. Krenzel steps up. He gets by the first defender. Going to be hit, and the pass almost complete. And it was Harney hanging all over big Craig Krenzel.
When you have an inexperienced quarterback, you're going to challenge him early, and that's exactly what Charlie Strong, the defensive coordinator from South Carolina, they're going to send him from the secondary. They're going to pressure him, and now Craig Krenzel misses the tackle here, almost gets away with one right here. Kenny Harney pressuring him also.
The Gamecocks with their first offensive possession, and they come with a reverse. Here's Brewer. Cuts back in behind the blocking of his big left tackle. And Laurel Johnson also out front, and he gets whacked.
Now that's a good call.
Phil Petty, the young man out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina. He will have behind him today, and we'll see a multitude of backs. But the 2-back set is Derek Watson and Andrew Pennick. Brian Scott injured a knee earlier this week. He is playing. Brewer in the tight end is Trafford. This is Big Pennick. And Pennick will take it to the 35-yard line. That is enough for the first down. We also will see Corey Jenkins, who used to be a backup quarterback. As we look at the offensive line, this is a very good group. Laurel Johnson, the man in the middle, they moved him from tackle to center a year ago today, and that's when this offensive line really came together and met.
And Ron, this game will be decided by both these fronts and defensive linemen. Tim Anderson, a former.
Watson moves out to the slot, top of the screen, and it's going to be quarterback draw. Penny. He gets whacked at the line of scrimmage. That's Cooper along with Matt Wilhelm, and he's going to lose about a half yard in the play. The linebackers for Ohio State, Joe Cooper, as you just saw, he is a playmaker along with Wilhelm, who had a great game against Michigan. What about secondary?
2 new corners, Dustin Fox, Richard McNutt. So South Carolina try them early.
If you just joined us from Tampa, Florida, the 2002 Outback Bowl. And Petty zings it, has it complete at the 45-yard line to Brian Scott. Brian stepped in a hole in the practice field this past week. His knee started to become inflamed. Well, Ohio State coming up very tight on the outside. Come with the blitz. Pass right over the middle, and it is dropped. That was Alexander. If Corey catches that thing, he might still be running.
These are 2 similar football teams. They're blitzing the quarterbacks. They know it's going to be the running game going to decide this.
He's at center. Bentley stays on the sideline. Draw play right up the middle. Has 5 yards and counted off at about 7. That is Jonathan Wells, who had such a great day against Michigan. Harney with his 3rd stop. But Belisari drills this one, has it complete at the 48. Nope, incomplete. Looked as though Jenkins caught it, and the official came from behind and said nope, incomplete. So it's punting time again for the Buckeyes. He is a very, very good ball carrier. Here comes the blitz right up the middle. They pick it up nicely, and now the pressure comes on, and he's going to be sacked. Wilhelm along with Cooper coming up and putting the pressure, and the first time that Petty has gone down.
Playing in this football game. Ohio State trying to overload it. Here comes Cooper. He's being picked up by Andrew Pinnick. Wilhelm fights through the block. Joe Cooper also pressuring.
He's carrying it over here to the bowl game. Petty on third down and forever. The middle screen is dropped. Matthew Thomas, the freshman out of Pearson, Georgia, and have two other changes on the offensive line as well. You're going to suffer a little bit. Belisari zings it over the middle, has it complete at the 30 to Darnell Sanders, and the ball is loose. South Carolina at the 36. Sheldon Brown.
By the tight end. Makes the catch, turns upfield. There's Sheldon Brown. Everybody's trying to pull that football out. He did it.
It looked like 99. Linebackers showing blitz. They come again, and this pass to the other side to Scott. Gets a block, and he's going to have the first down. Derek Watson, I beg your pardon, 22 rather than 82. Who has played in the game, has taken his lumps early. That's the end of the opening quarter, so we'll take a timeout. And as we have played the first 15, it's Buckeyes nothing, Gamecocks nothing. South Carolina is advancing.
Sunday NFL Countdown, Sunday mornings at 11 Eastern, only on ESPN.
You've come to the right place. You can feel the spirit. And it's good to get together and enjoy some awesome steak. So don't just go out. Go Outback. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
A Beautiful Mind, nominated for 6 Golden Globes, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor. 4 stars, a triumph for director Ron Howard. A Beautiful Mind, rated PG-13, opens Friday everywhere.
In a sea of sameness, how do you pick a financial advisor who's right for you? Do you want one who works for the biggest company or the smallest? Do you want one with the most impressive office or the most elaborate website? Or do you simply want one who listens to you like you are the only investor in the world? Raymond James, you first.
Do you like the conditioner and shampoo in one?
Well, yeah, you know, I do, but it does leave my hair a little oily and dang it! What is wrong with you idiot? This is not a toy!
Easy, Bobby. He's sensitive.
What if he tore it up? I can't believe...
You've got some big ones, my friend. I didn't think you had it in you.
Scratch here, there's a dent over here.
Extra soggy, extra crispy, double squirted for extra gloppiness, double breaded for extra crunchiness. Yummy! Droopy. Lunch?
Get a 12-piece super bucket of KFC Extra Crispy for only $9.99.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
The BCS kicks off when Big 12 champ Colorado faces Pac-10 champ Oregon. The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, today at 4:30, 1:30 Pacific on ABC.
As linebackers bouncing around, here they come on a blitz again, and the pass caught by Scott just inside the 10. It is 1st and goal, South Carolina.
On the play action pass.
Petty gives it to Pinnick, and right hard at the line of scrimmage, and still fights forward down to the 2-yard line. Joe Cooper still with another hit and tackle for Ohio State.
Some players just know how to get to the end zone. Andrew Pinnick is a touchdown maker for South Carolina.
Coming to their feet across the way. Pinnick again, left side, touchdown number 11. Travell Wharton, number 68, the sophomore left tackle, with an outstanding block on the touchdown run.
Yeah, they have to settle in on one, and I really believe the best one to settle in is number 8, Steve Belisari. He gives you the best chance to win this football game.
Well, he's back in the ball game. Play action, zips this one out, complete to Jenkins. Jenkins is a young fellow that played his high school football at Lido High School right here in Tampa. He was 2 tight ends and a fullback out to the left side, trying to get Jonathan Wells behind it, and it was diagnosed beautifully by South Carolina and Sheldon Brown, and he messes up the whole thing.
Yeah, Sheldon Brown's an All-American for a reason.
South Carolina 48-yard line. Gamecocks lead it 7-0. Blitz coming off the corner. He is hit and almost intercepted. I don't believe it. Went right through Gauss's arms. They're going to give him what for on the sideline. Faison, we were just talking about him. They walk him up, and he pressure up the middle, but he gets it away. End over end. Caught by Brewer wisely at the 28-yard line, and fights forward for what he can get, and it's going to be about a 10-yard return as Mike Doss of the special teams gets him down. 34 on the kick and 9 on the return.
A low kick.
Brewer was smart to come up and catch that thing and not allow it to hit the field. Wide open Scott inside the 35-yard line.
Throw here.
Nicky and Grant are just staring at each other like one thought the other had Scott, and you could see he just
did a nice job of getting his feet in bounds.
Yep. Good job by the offensive line for protection for their quarterback. With 4 catches, 58 yards. You see now why it was so imperative that he play. The MVP on offense this year. Watson can go nowhere. Wilhelm is right there to wrap him up. They have done a good job of keeping Derek Watson in check. But the man they have not been able to keep in check is Brian Scott, the senior out of Darlington, South Carolina.
Yeah, you got to commit to the run. Stop Derek Watson and Andrew Pinnick, and you put your corners on islands. In Ohio State's corners now, they got C. Grant in the ball game. McNutt on the other side.
Watson 3 carries for only 7 yards. Here comes the pressure up the middle and the screen to Pinnick. Pinnick 30. Whoa, does he get racked at the 27 by Will Smith. 6 of 10 for Petty, 72 yards. Pitchback goes to Watson. Caught by the ankle, but he breaks the tackle. Cooper comes back in to help on the stop along with Nicky. And it's just going to depend on where they spot this football.
Some pain in that left shoulder.
You know, Adrian, we said at the time on the hit that he got banged in the ribs and got up very gingerly. Watson caught from behind, spins off one tackler, spins off another, inside the 15 to the 13. Bullard will finish him off. 2 tight ends, dead T in the backfield, 3rd down and 2. And contact made at the line of scrimmage. Tim Anderson came across and made contact. High on him. Petty, fade route, looking for Scott. Got it. Touchdown. You were all over it. They spread it out and they got the single coverage against the youngster Fox, and the fade route to it right over him.
Yes.
54 remaining in this opening half, and so far it has been all South Carolina as Brian Scott tallies the 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
A little help from Rod Gilmore, Cotton Bowl, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Rod.
Points may be hard to come by in this defensive struggle. On a 4th and 1, Nate Hibble to Trent Smith picks up the 1st down, and that would set up a touchdown run by Hibble. Watch him sneak it in over the right side here. Quarterback sneak, gets it in, and in this kind of a ball game, points like that will be important, hard to come by. Hibble doing well, moving outside the pocket, hitting passes.
The pass Wells almost intercepted by Faison. From a motion situation. Belisari throws this pass deep over the middle, got it complete, and that's Jenkins.
I think it opens up the running game. It's still got to go back to Jonathan Wells. Jenkins, a 6'4" receiver with a good catch.
He's not only got good speed, Mike, he is a great leaper.
41 catches coming in.
Belisari gets a block from big Tyson Walter, cuts it back up the sideline, 40 down to the 35, and he will move the sticks again. Jermaine Lemon finally makes the tackle, but it was Tyson Walter who hooked his man inside. The opening was there, and it's all Belisari needed to gain 17.
Very important to answer the score that South Carolina just had. The receiver.
Well, they need to take it to the 23-yard line. Quick pass, almost intercepted, and here comes a flag. The collision with Vance and Brown.
That's going to be on Sheldon Brown, but it's lucky he didn't pick it off.
I'm telling you, Mike. They broke it, and Martin has sprinting toward the sideline, and he can't do it. 5 yards. It will remain first down.
No, it's tough to make 10 yards for Ohio State in this game, let alone 15.
South Carolina shows blitz. They come with it. They were looking for the quarterback draw, and Lemon is all over Steve Belisari. Wells, they send him out in motion. This pass overthrown, looking for Vance.
And the 24.
Belisari's got that one complete to Jenkins and tackled immediately at the 30-yard line.
They may have been the worst 3 play calls, our play results. That field goal kicking game, no confidence.
Belisari going to go long, far side of the field, and incomplete. Looking for Vance, overthrown. Sheldon Brown had him covered step for step.
That was not a good series for Ohio State.
We'll take a break. 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining until halftime. Gamecocks with a 2-touchdown lead. Right up the middle. This is Brewer. 35 and out to the 40-yard line. They're going to see all the way to the 42. Donnie Nicky will make the tackle. Hudson goes to the sideline, and he comes up with a 15-yard burst on his opening play. Petty, play action, pumped it, got it too long. Matthew Thomas is the man that he wanted. Actually, no play action, but he did pump. And Reese Davis will check with you again.
All right, Ron, coming up on the Dodge halftime report, we'll have some Cotton Bowl highlights for you. Tyrone Willingham's news conference going on over on ESPN News, and we had a chance to sit down with the new coach at the University of Notre Dame, and we'll also wrap up the best of bowl week, which certainly doesn't include my voice right at the moment, but we'll get through it. See you at halftime.
All righty, Reese.
You got to play hurt, Reese.
That's right. We'll be thinking about you eating our Outback steak at halftime. South Carolina calls a timeout with 1:56 showing on the clock. So we will take a break. 14-0. It's been all Gamecocks so far. Decked out today for this January 1st bowl game as the handoff goes to Watson. Gets by one tackler, and he'll go over the 45 to the 47. Peterson defensively will make the stop. He's declared for the NFL for next year. 3rd down. Quick pass complete. Scott again. Brian Scott has just not been a guy who could be stopped today. It's a gain of 12 yards. Dustin Fox made the tackle. Catches 76 yards. What a catch by Thomas. That ball was behind him. I thought they were going to go long. They had brought Ryan Brewer out of the backfield.
It's left. South Carolina in complete control.
Blitz off the corner. Petty's pass almost intercepted and should have been by Dustin Fox. Don't know if that sun got in his eyes or what, but blitz off the corner again. Going to go deep for the end zone and in and out of the hands of Thomas. You can see right off his fingertips as he laid out for the ball. Number 5 from the shotgun, and he's going to take it right up the middle. Nothing doing. Hit by Peterson. And with that, the special teams, the field goal unit will come on from across the way.
That was a big play, Ron. That changes downs for Ohio State. On 4th down, the Ohio State defense really did a great job on stopping the quarterback draw.
Brendan, Dominic, and the high-flying Wings defend Hockeytown against Paul Korea and the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Western Conference Feathers Fly on ESPN Wednesday Night Hockey. Ducks at Red Wings, 8 Eastern Wednesday on ESPN.
The PGA Tour season tees off as Tiger Woods leads Davis Love III, Sergio Garcia, and a field of champions to Kapalua, Hawaii. The Mercedes Championships. Live coverage begins Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Heads.
It's heads.
I get to watch and listen.
I hate airplane music.
Too bad.
This is not fair. Oh, enough. Here. Now you can both listen. Wow. A splitter.
Come to your neighborhood Radio Shack for all the cool little accessories you need to get the most out of your favorite electronics, no matter where you bought them.
I can hear.
Radio Shack.
Let me pay you. Come on. How much? No, really. I've got connections.
Hey! If we get hurt! Whoa! Good thing we got that insurance.
What's that?
What'd you say? Pays you cash if you can't work.
Before that!
I said I'm glad we got that insurance.
Not that!
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
When I grew up, we had a tradition of burning real candles on our holiday tree. Lucky we didn't burn the house down. There's another tradition that should be a thing of the past, and that's drinking too much at holiday parties. So here's my holiday wish for you. Celebrate safely. Oh, and keep an eye on that tree.
Going a full 12 rounds is all about stamina. That's why I like High Endurance from Old Spice. No deodorant protects better. And it lasts longer because it evaporates more slowly. High Endurance lasts longer than I do. But I'm working on that.
Brace yourself. You've never experienced the awesome power packed into new Listerine Pocket Pack strips. Each tiny strip dissolves instantly, killing germs to leave your mouth feeling so clean, you'll wonder how we did it. Cool Mint Listerine Pocket Packs. Kill the germs, feel the clean.
AT&T's broadband technology can expand your company's growth potential with virtual private networks, secure, scalable, high-speed telecommunication systems that can take any shape you like. Hey, to each his own.
The Wolf has been linked to more than a dozen bombings in the last decade.
Talk to him. You cannot take the law into your own hands.
Thanks for your advice. From the jungles of Colombia.
What do you think of this place?
To the streets of Washington. No one can stop a killer except the man who knows his face. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Collateral Damage. Rated R. Starts February 8th at a theater near you.
ABC's New Year celebration continues when Florida battles ACC champ Maryland. The FedEx Orange Bowl. Wednesday night at 8, 5 Pacific on ABC.
So we played the halftime score at the 2002 Outback Bowl is 14-0. The Gamecocks of South Carolina. And on the field, the National Events Band Across America halftime show. Nearly 1,600 high school students with their salute to America. Well, once again, everybody, Ron Franklin along with Mike Gottfried. And Michael, in the first half, South Carolina could have scored more than 14 points. Fortunate for Ohio State that they didn't. But you made the point that it just not in sync, this Ohio State offense. What do you think Jim Tressel talked about at halftime?
No, I think he's going to challenge his football team, both defensively and offensively, because I think even though defensively they played well, they give up too much yardage in the passing game. Scott's Brian Scott's been wide open, so they've got to mix the coverages up on his side. I think Steve Bellisari is still going to be the quarterback in this football game for Ohio State, and they're only down 2 touchdowns, so they need to go back to the game plan and get Jonathan Wells back involved.
Just a few moments ago, Adrian Karsten had an opportunity to talk with Coach Tressel about what to look for in the second 30 minutes.
Coach, who gives you the best opportunity to win this game at this point, Tressel or Bellisari?
Well, I think we'll start with Steve. This is his last time in Garland Gray. He's given a lot to this program, and his teammates have stood behind him in good times and in tough ones. And we'll start with him, but don't sell Craig short. He'll get some time too.
Are you surprised, number one? Number two, disappointed you didn't come out and play better in the first half?
We turned the ball over and we let a field position thing happen, special teams, but we're going to play better in the second half.
Appreciate it, Coach. Ron?
All righty, Adrian. So Steve Bellisari will be the man to start the second half, and we'll see exactly how far they go with him as we take a look at the Outback game track. South Carolina fumble recovery leads to a touchdown in that first 30 minutes of play. Scott unstoppable, 76 receiving yards and a touchdown. It's just been open and caught everything they've thrown close to him. And for Bellisari, numbers that they're just well below par. 4 of 12, 51 yards. I still think, Mike, I still think you made the point back in the first half. Possibly the biggest play, even over the fumble, was that punt of 70 yards that flipped the field, and then all of a sudden the turnover after that.
Yeah, Dean Tyler, Ohio State held him inside the 10-yard line, and then the punt just changed the field position around. Almost even as far as the first downs, of course, 9-5, but the one turnover, Ohio State, South Carolina has been known to play to their kicking game and their defense. And Ohio State's got to do a better job in the second half of controlling the football. Don't make mistakes.
Play action by Petty. That pass complete to a wide open Thomas. Matthew Thomas, the freshman. And let's check on the sideline with Adrian Karsten.
All right, Ron, in the South Carolina Gamecock locker room, concentration was the concern of the coaching staff, primarily because even as you saw in their first play when they came out, look the ball into your hands, tuck the ball away. Do not think that you have this game under control. Phil Petty with the bad left shoulder, Brian Scott with the bad left knee were used as examples, and coach says if those guys can play and play as well as they are, everyone else has to.
Well, he's basically a blocker in the backfield.
And a ball carrier. Here he comes, near sideline, taking people with him, 255 pounds. And almost to the 43, Bullard, Cortland Bullard.
Ran on him.
Same formation that they lined up in when they threw the fade route for the touchdown, and that's who he's going to. Hot route is to Scott. Hit once and then hit again by Mike Dawson, will be stopped. They're going to give him forward progress to the first down. Petty from midfield. He's got somebody deep, and he's going to go deep. Caught by Gars, and he'll score. Flag is down back at the 46-yard line. If it stands, it's a 50-yard touchdown. Missed it, pushed it to the right. So there's a break in the action. 12 minutes, 56 seconds left in the third quarter. And South Carolina takes the second half kickoff, and they get some big work done with it. As you can see, Gauze just not covered very well. 20-0 Gamecocks.
And didn't bring one in, but is doing an outstanding job with South Carolina's defense.
Gamecocks show blitz, and they do. And the pass incomplete. Counter play, and boy, there's nothing there defensively. The wall. Watson being shoved back.
Talk about Tim Anderson.
63 yards a touchdown. They lost it on downs, and in 6 plays and 78 yards and a touchdown. That's their last 4 drives. This is Ryan Brewer. Watson, beg your pardon. Watson spins into the arms of the tackler and goes down hard. Side of the ball that the problems lie. Petty's pass complete to Watson. He'll have the first down.
against Joe Cooper.
Holtz in his third season, assistant head coach and offensive coordinator, and works with the quarterbacks. Petty this time puts it in the stomach to Pennick, and Pennick fights his way out to the 30. That's going to be a gain of 8 yards. Mike Doss makes the tackle finally. Those big 2 tackles. Hall and Rivers, the guards. This pass caught by Brewer. Out of the 40-yard line, and still fighting, and he goes all the way to the 44. The crowd's not booing. It's for Brewer. 14 yards. Those wide receivers are hoping the fourth quarter will hurry and get here, so they stop after looking back up into that sun. Third down, they need the 46. Middle screen, here's Pennick. Oh, that is a good open field tackle by Will Allen. Hard to do on a fellow that big, but he did the smart thing. He took his lower part of his body away from him. And that's a short snap, and they give it to Brewer on the fake. Got the first down and a lot more. Gets by Vance, and now still on his feet.
Your defense is in complete charge of this football game. Now, if your defense was being pressed, I don't know you'd make that call, but Ryan Brewer makes it a good play and picks up a first down, and they're going for the Ohio State's neck right now.
Ryan Brewer going off the field on the far side to hugs from his teammates. I'll tell you what, he is a football player.
Corey Jenkins.
As they come back out, Phil Petty at quarterback. 10th play of this drive, and they throw the middle screen. Gauze taking it inside the 15 to around the 13-yard line. Well said. And Ohio State made contact. Ball into the end zone. Pennick. It was Wilhelm who came across and made contact with the offensive line.
All sides on the defense.
So many mistakes.
Touchdown.
They're too long, but just Ohio State just looks flat to me.
Oh, Michael, here's the answer to the Aflac trivia question. Who were the only 2 coaches to go winless in 8 straight bowl appearances? Don Nehlen, 0-8. That's 87 through 98. And Paul Bear Bryant, 07-1 between 1968 and 1975.
Yeah, pretty good class to be in there for Don Nehlen.
For sure.
Don Nehlen, Canton, Ohio native. That's a pretty fair football coach at Bowling Green, and West Virginia did a great job.
Drills it for 2. Derek Watson from the slot. Kids, and this is a bitter pill to swallow, the way things are going down 2 years in a row. But for the Gamecock fans, they did. They went through an unbelievable drop.
And you're looking at Phil Petty. He'll probably be the most valuable player in this game if nothing changes.
That pass right there, complete to Vance. Don't realize the pressures that they have as well. Pressure right up the middle. Belisari going to be tackled. Knocked down by George Gauze. And I'll tell you something, you better just remember, number 99 with South Carolina. This kid supposedly runs a 4.5 and weighs about 245. It's very, very quick.
I believed it on that play.
Belisari, heavy pressure again, and he's going to be caught by Harney.
Now it's getting worse for Steve Belisari in this football game.
Belisari long, looking for Jenkins, and he got it. Mike Jenkins. Lydell Ross in the ball game. Now remember, he's a freshman, but he's also from right here in Tampa, Florida. Play action to him, and they throw this pass to Vance. And Vance will advance it to the 30-yard line. Draw play, and here comes Ross. Ross all the way to the 11-yard line. And that's exactly what I thought would happen. The kid's back home. You know, you're looking for a spark. Bring the kid in the ballgame. That's Blitz off the corner. Winter got by him. Now pointing out for some blockers, and he's going to take it to the 6-yard line. Moore finally stopped him. Here comes the blitz. Quick pass. Incomplete. It was there to Vance, maybe a little bit behind him, but should have caught it.
Could have been caught.
And here's the play. They need to take it to the 1-yard line to hold on to the football. Belisari. Flags everywhere. Sheldon Brown did him a favor. He just wrapped him up. And the ball was thrown so far, he never in a day could have gotten to it to catch it.
That's spotted at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Sheldon Brown bites on the inside move by Chris Vance and does the wise thing when you're beaten that badly.
Walter, number 77, the big tackle who's lined up on the outside as the quarterback will keep it, and it's a touchdown, Ohio State. Steve Belisari takes it in. Nugent to attempt the extra point and try to make this a 21-point ball game. The Buckeyes 7.
The 2002 ESPN Sports Almanac in bookstores now.
You've come to the right place. You can feel the spirit. And it's good to get together and enjoy some awesome steak. So don't just go out. Go Outback. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
You've made us America's #1 choice in cars and trucks for 15 straight years. We've been together through thick and thin, at work and at play. Thanks, America.
Okay, good news. That broadband thing we all want? Got it figured out. Honey, you call the phone company. Tracy, you're digging the trench, shovels in the garage. I'm going up on the roof to assess the satellite possibilities. Timmy, check out these schematics. Appreciate it. Let's go!
We know how you feel, and that's why Circuit City offers one-stop high-speed internet access. You can find what's available where, compare options, and arrange installation. Circuit City, we're with you.
Oh, we can get broadband at Circuit City.
Do you know that we've been up half the night? No, you're bunnies.
You need NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can sleep better to feel better medicine. Cold symptoms making it hard to function? Get DayQuil, the daytime non-drowsy, congested, stuffy head, sore throat, coughing, aching, fever so you can get back your day medicine. DayQuil from the makers of NyQuil.
Tommy, you know what mystery meat is? Well, that's what's in these formed and pressed nuggets that you've got here. You could be having KFC popcorn chicken.
KFC's crispy all-white meat popcorn chicken. Get an individual size for only $1.99 or a party size for only $6.99.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
Day 15, just 900 feet from the summit. Day 15.
Where's he going?
Oh, hey, guys. Just gonna mail my credit card payment.
You mean you don't have a Capital One, no hassle card?
Want a choice of payment dates? Try Capital One's No Hassle Card. Plus, get the nation's lowest long-term fixed rates and no telemarketing.
What's in your wallet?
Number 1 Miami faces number 2 Nebraska for the national championship. The Rose Bowl presented by AT&T. Thursday night at 8, 5 Pacific on ABC.
A title sponsor again for another 4 years. It gives us an opportunity to showcase our wonderful town here at Tampa. And there's so many people who come together and make this the really successful bowl that it is. Also profiles our company with 2 of the premier college football conferences in America and gives us an opportunity to showcase some great Outback hospitality. Yet Coach Holtz, who comes to us and says it's the most hospitable, most organized, most fun bowl that he's ever been to, it really says a lot.
From today's game.
Well, they've done a really good job to have that much traffic on it. No question about that. Petty going to be hit from behind. You see him wrap up the football to make sure he doesn't fumble. And second time that Ohio State has gotten to Phil Petty today. Now this one's not going to be nearly as good. Hits, but takes a big Gamecock bounce. The defensive coaches square off in touch football against each other. Lou played better last year, I can tell you. He will not be the MVP of this year's coaches touch football game. The players are laughing and a few boos for the pass the head coach threw. Skip trying to get open here. Lou tries to make the touch and he, I think, pulls something in his lower back. So that's about all the highlights we're going to show you.
An injury there.
Belisari drills the ball to his tight end, Darnell Sanders. And they'll spot him just across midfield at the 49. Down in the truck just said that. And I saw another book that said he weighed 240. That was after Christmas, I guess. Well, Jonathan Wells takes it to the 45-yard line, and he'll pick up the first down. Adrian Karsten.
Yep, 6'6", 260, the All-American.
Okay, Adrian. Krenzel back in a quarterback, and he throws back to Belisari, and immediately he's hit, but he gets by the first wave of tacklers, and they say he's out of bounds at the 43.
Steve Belisari could have been a strong safety, free safety in college football. Special teams he's been on today. He's got good running ability. Steps out of bounds here, but he's playing his last game at quarterback.
Off the corner comes the pressure. Now bring him down. That's Jonathan Martin. Outback Bowl. Belisari, far sideline. Got single coverage, and it's caught by Jenkins.
That's concentration right there by Michael Jenkins. House in pretty good shape, but just didn't punch high enough.
33 yards in the pass play, and it's first down, though. Down by 21 points. Make it to Martin. Here comes pressure on Belisari. Gets the pass wide open to Sanders, and he'll score. Jonathan Martin had a clear shot at Belisari and missed it. The Gamecocks 28 and the Buckeyes 14, and we still have 10-18 left in this ball game. Don't go away.
10 SEC matchup round in the Citrus Bowl. Mark, Tennessee and Michigan.
Casey Clausen, the quarterback for Tennessee, back in the pocket and looks for Kelly Washington, the 6'4" freshman. Tennessee's up 10-0. Rodney, what's happening in that Cotton Bowl?
It's still all about Oklahoma and the defense. Roy Williams getting it done there. The 10-2 Sooners blanking them. Look at that, giving up nothing.
Arkansas, not much offense, guys. 10-0 Sooners on top.
Well, that's what we were alluding to at the top of the ball game after they scored that first 7. That defense doesn't need much help. Drop play to Watson, spun right into the arms of Mike Doss, and then Mike gets a lot of help from a lot of friends, including Robert Reynolds. Sometimes hard to get it back. Doss, 8 tackles, 7 of them solo. Make it one more on each side of the ledger. Mike Doss comes back and hits the quarterback and knocks him down. It's going to be third down and a very long way for South Carolina. Racket wanting the Bucks to put up a stop here and get some more points. Way up in the air and almost intercepted. McNutt went high in the air and almost pulled it away.
Blocked a few punts this year.
Doss has a couple. Line drive, and it's returnable. But just as he catches it, that's my point. The gunner did not do a good job, and now he's going to reverse his field. He's going to be tackled way back at the 27-yard line.
They're going to get that halo call, I believe, on South Carolina. Here's the punt. Here's the penalty right here. They're going to call the halo infraction against Michael Flint. Crawford.
This side of the field far more excited than they were back in that first half. Wells going to be knocked down for a loss.
Front three, pretty active.
Play action, got him open, and hits Jenkins. That's going to be enough for the first down. First down, the new line of scrimmage, the 37-yard line of South Carolina. Belisari again, play action, gets this one out here to Vance. Vance gets by the first tackler, can't get by the second, and he stopped at the 30-yard line.
Here, 2-down territory to get the first down.
Belisari, straight keeper here, going to cut back into traffic. He'll have the first down at the 25. Langston Moore defensively. Belisari got it complete. 13-yard line, Mike Jenkins. First down, Ohio State. That's Ross in motion. Fumbled the snap. It's being kicked around. South Carolina, I believe they have recovered at the 20-yard line. But the turnover, and that ball fumbled in midair by Watson, and he gathers it in, but it's loose and not picked up by Doss. And Doss will be tackled at the 10.
I think they're going to call that ball. No, they're going to call it dead. Ohio State ball on the 22-yard line.
He was definitely fumbling the ball as he came into the line of scrimmage.
Derek Watson never had this football. As a quarterback, you got to lay it in there like it's an egg. Doss came up with it.
Blitz off to corner, picked up by Wells, going for the end zone, got one-on-one coverage. And he's out of bounds at the 1-foot line, Jenkins. Martin in motion. They give it to Wells, right side, touchdown, Ohio State. We are an extra point away from making this a 7-point ball game. Stepanovic with an outstanding block to pave the way for the touchdown.
Steve Belisari has led this run. He has been very accurate in the throwing department.
5:02 left in the ball game. Steve Belisari, what a story. Buckeyes within a touchdown.
Wolverines might need a Buckeye-esque comeback against Tennessee.
Reeves, we've talked about the tall receivers. Here's the Smurf, Dante Stallworth, a 33-yarder that sets up a big score, Mark.
Quarterback Casey Carson's just going to sneak in over his sophomore center, Scott Wells, to score 17-0, Tennessee over Michigan.
So Volunteers probably ouching a little bit after that SEC championship game, and Phil Fulmer's got them in full stride. Running away, Cooper is going to make the hit on Pennick, and he'll stop him at the 45, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Yep, that single coverage. Pass, overthrown, Watson.
Well, Joe Cooper leveled Phil Penny. Never had a chance to complete that pass. Joe Cooper, Adrian Carson talked about him. He has played a great football game.
For sure. From the 11-yard line, Belisari rips it out here in the flat. complete to Gamble, and he will finally get out of bounds at the 22. That is enough for the first down as Sheldon Brown makes the stop. In that Outback Bowl game against Purdue. There's big Jamar Martin. That's a load coming at you, folks. For making the tackle. 256 pounds.
And that was
from the 44. Quick toss near sideline, complete to Vance. And Ohio State has come up with the formula, 28 and a touchdown. Blitz off to corner. Belisari got it complete again at the 30-yard line. And here goes Gamble down to the 20. First and 10, Ohio State.
Well, they offered curl flat route out here, right here. Those two receivers.
Belisari throws it complete at the 10. They will give him forward progress. Vance has it to the 9-yard line. It is first and goal, Ohio State. The 9. Belisari, pressure off the backside, gonna have to hurry. Got a man open and he throws it complete. Sanders. There's a timeout. 1:54 remaining. I wouldn't have believed it at halftime. We are tied at 28 because of the play of this young man. That are handing to us right now. This is the largest comeback in Outback Bowl history. And of course, the largest one was down at GMAC Bowl. That's right.
It up to the 40 the last time. I'd kick it deep as I could kick it.
Going to come to Brewer's side. Ryan Brewer from the 7 and return to the left. Brewer knocked out of bounds at the 35 by Aaron Monchan. From the 35. Play action by Petty. Throws it complete. Short gain, maybe 3 yards in the play to the 38-yard line.
Ohio State again swarming to the football route. The ball in his hands.
Blitz right up the middle. It's picked up nicely. Pass is thrown too far. Grant with the interception. Petty got racked.
Celebration is going to be against Ohio State.
After the play was over, we have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the team that intercepted the ball. It will be first and 10 after 15 yards for Ohio State.
They're going to call an unsportsmanlike on Ohio State. I just want to say this. We're obviously not pulling for anybody in this football game. But these kids, after playing the miserable first half they did, why not allow them to be excited? There.
See if they run the ball here.
He's going to go way on top on this one. Jenkins collided with the defensive back, and it's intercepted. That's Sheldon Brown. Brown all the way back to the 30-yard line. That was in 2000.
I don't understand the play, because they had both wide receivers tight, and I don't know what exactly they're trying to do other than throw the home run, which was very well covered. And that's the only way South Carolina could get momentum to get back in this thing. They had lost the momentum.
South Carolina.
Ryan Brewer is the leading receiver for South Carolina.
Right over the middle. Ball is tipped.
Trying to get it to him.
On third down. Straight ahead with the running play. They'll take it to the 25. And now Bill Petty looks to the sideline and says, tell me when to call timeout. 7 ticks left on the clock. And they'll stop the clock and use their final timeout And we'll take a break. 28-28. We'll have the decision when we come back. People on the near side of the field with their fingers crossed. And on the far side of the field, the South Carolina faithful, well, they have got their fingers crossed as well, but for a different reason. They want to see Daniel Weaver knock this thing home and everybody head and have a meal and maybe a little bit more celebration about the year 2002. Michael, what the biggest adjustment that you saw that Ohio State made, because it was a metamorphosis compared to the first half?
Yeah, I think they protected the quarterback, Steve Belisari, a lot better. They went to a slot formation, which is 2 receivers to one side, tight in the backside. Used both backs in protection, so they loaded up the protection. They got the curl flat route going, and receivers held onto the football. Steve Belisari was very accurate, and Ohio State had everything going in the right direction.
So Ohio State lines up, trying to block this field goal attempt of 42 yards. Got it. Comeback in Outback Bowl history, coming from 28 points down. And look how close this thing was. I mean, it barely made it through the uprights as you'll track it coming home. Mike, that thing may have made it by 2 feet, and that's it. It's a good thing they were not at the 43 yards away.
No, that last couple yards they picked up with the draw. Came in handy.
Adrian Karsten, let's check in with you.
I'm one exhausted looking at Lou Holtz. Coach, how does this one feel?
I just give Ohio State an awful lot of credit to be down 28-0 and hang in there and never give up. That was a great effort by them, but it was a great effort by our players. I didn't think that we could stop the run as well as they did. I didn't think we could play the pass as poor as we did, but let's give Ohio State credit. We found a way to win. What a heck of a ball game.
South Carolina, never in the history of college football program have you ever gone to overtime. What were you thinking with that little time left on the clock?
Well, I just never give up hope. I was hoping that Sheldon Brown stayed to the outside on that return, but you know, whatever happens, happens. That's all. You know, if it would have happened, you go in there, we'd worked on it, we'd practiced, we'd given it a thought, but you know, we beat a heck of a football team that really got hot, and I give them credit. But what a great game for our South Carolina. You know, we're 9-3, and I'm proud of our football team.
Ron, sincere and congratulatory statements between both coaches right after the final gun.
Okay. Well, our Capital One player of the game. Quarterback Phil Petty, 19 of 37, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.